how to get a hero reviewed. Normally, I would review a hero on Tuesday. That is if we follow our schedule anyways, which we haven't done very well recently, but hey, we will definitely try. Anyways, every Tuesday I take heroes that you guys have sent in via sending into my ID, or through donations, or through free-to-play orbs on Twitch. Anyways, there's a bunch of ways that are free or monetary or whatever to get your heroes reviewed. We also have the Nimdom top 10 section in our Discord to send a hero in. So if you want to make Nimdom top 10. Anyways, there are several ways to get your hero on stream, but mostly I try and focus on it like one day of the week. Anyways, pretty simple. Pretty simple. Show up on stream, send your ID in, or through other methods, and then you'll be on. That is if I don't get too tired first. Sometimes these things go on for hours and I will die. Anyways, Plague is Mad King Gangrel, 4+7 plus 6. 50 HP, 50 attack, 42 speed, 27 defense, 38 res. Personally, I would still go for speed, because you would make better use of everything if he gets 2 attacks in. 42 speed isn't bad, because with Love and Dagger, it is 46. If you have Yoon, I think it's Yoon, you get to 50. And then that gets to 53. If you can hit 53 speed, it's believable. But yeah, people go for plus res because Love and Dagger gives you true damage based on 20% of res. And because of how the game works, actually, this is pretty good because that's 12 extra res, so 50. So 20% would be 10 extra damage guaranteed. But yeah, I believe it. It's just at plus 10, you're probably not going to care about going for... at plus 10, you're probably not going to need to be so specific and reach... well, I guess you could just switch your seals. So yeah, maybe go for plus res. And in the future, if you find yourself not hitting the new clearance of 20%, just go for a Swift Sparrow. But yeah, it's a really good build. His HP is high enough to make Hand Chloe annoying. And Love and Dagger is really, really good. So yeah, as long as he doesn't die, which it's kind of hard to. I fought Gangrels before and lost. He's surprisingly good. And as you point out, yeah, Summer supported, so even better. So he has the HP, attack, speed, defense, and res. So yeah, it's fair. But the thing is, Summer support doesn't show up in Ether Raid's defense battles, so it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, but everything else matters. Oh, here we go again. Took a step forward for the Solitary Prince. Hey guys, didn't we just see a red mage get made into an amazing hero? I guess we're back at it again, as Leon is basically the same concept. Poor
hey,
Hubert.
Dad, can you please review her W5,046,700?
Thank you, Lunarian. I'll check it out. But hey, this is another Leon that got jacked all the hex up. 50 HP, 53 attack, 33 speed, 33 defense, and 37 res. Roar Fox, same idea. Lull speed res, same idea. Attack speed solo 4, almost the same idea because I think that was life and death. Speed res solo, I mean, if you're going to run one solo, you might as well run 2. And rouse attack speed is good. Wait, what happened to my music? Oh, okay. So calculation would be 7 plus 4, 11. 14. 57 attack turns into 67 attack. 33 speed turns into 11. What the heck? 11, 14, 20, 26 potentially. So 53 to 59 speed. Wait, did I do the Roar Fox run? Okay. 11, 14, 20, 20. Okay, up to 73 attack. And his defense is... yeah, his defense is essentially 37, and res is essentially 41. Pretty solid hero, jeez. Oh, not 41, it's even higher. It's 47. Really solid hero. Makes me do a lot of math, and it's really late. So one of the most annoying heroes to deal with. Why? You can't guard against her. She cancels out all guard effects, all special fighters, and she even has null fall up. This sword is incredible. At just 4 cooldown, if Byleth engages, she attacks -2 cooldown. They attack -1 cooldown. Even if they don't attack back, she attacks again -2 cooldown. Triggers Gale Force. With ARD speed res, she has the speed and res to be very difficult to take down. Her defense could use a bit of work, but I don't know your defensive team. You probably have the HP and defense to make her take a hit. Once the Gale Force triggers and she takes a bunch of damage, there could be a bunch of Wings of Mercy shenanigans. Using her as a lunge bot is actually pretty legit. And then with the joint drive attack, the heroes that Wings of Mercy in could probably like eliminate the enemy team pretty damn easy. So yeah, with ARD speed res and flashing blade, that's a pretty guaranteed Gale Force considering you cannot block her. So congratulations, is a pretty good buy lift. I do something like this if I could ever afford it. Who has ARD speed res anyways? That's actually such a good skill. The ARD skills are kind of underrated. But yeah, interesting choice. My only question, like, the only thing I'm concerned with is like whether Violet can like go in and engage, but if alright, my guy Diz, Legion Champion Mustafa. Going plus res on him is really good. If you go distant counter, plus res is so ideal. I actually have the option of going plus res on my Mustafa, but I'm leaning towards plus attack or plus defense because I unfortunately don't have like distant counter, cannot spare a distant counter for him. But in terms of all the axe heroes, Mustafa is your best min-maxed res tank. He's now being challenged by Hana, but he still has an advantage on Hana in that respect. He hits harder, he has more defense, he has more HP. The only thing he doesn't have is speed, but that's the point. You min-max him to get those things. Anyways, as a build, this is really good. 40 plus 6 plus 9. Getting close to maxing him out. 1 more flower, 4 more merges of him. I still need to like merge my Mustafa up because I got so many of him. Huge fan of rally defense res plus ether, distant counter. UR3, rouse attack res, and mirror stance 2 is a really good combination. They hit him, -2 cooldown. He hits back, -1 cooldown. They hit him, -2 cooldown. So he's guaranteed to get an ether every battle unless they have guard. UR gets him the doubles back. And because his defense's res is so high, and once he has any kind of buff, he gets 45 defense. And assuming it's his own buff, he also has 45 res. So 44 defense, 45 res with a 60 attack, 66 attack, 70 attack, and add another 4 res when attack. So yeah, very straight up, very good Mustafa. I do think Mustafa is like pretty underrated. I would commit harder to him if I had a distant counter available for me, but yeah. I was considering plus 10 Mustafa, guys. So Hana came up. Sorry about that. Here's the thing, life and death 4 of dive bomb is actually really ideal. It's the thing is like, look at her res, look at her defense. It's actually pretty damn high if you take this away. 30 defense, 41 res, really respectable. You can open up the potential of using iceberg as well. But with dive bomb, Moonbow is more consistent and it's guaranteed. So yeah, you go for plus attack as a super boon, and she can now reach 58 attack, which is really respectable. With the speed defense range helping the wing sword out, she's effectively at 55, 59 speed. That's practically guaranteed. The defense gets her to 62 attack, 66 attack, and then she has a guaranteed moonball on top of all that. So very legit Sheeta. Yeah, I would do this if I could. Dive bomb is really, really good on a hero like Sheeta. Wing sword with dive bomb. I mean, she ideally gets hit, so she gets to trigger Gale Force or something. But if you go for damage, it's really good on Sheeta. With that said, Resplendent Sheeta and Resplendent Cordy both love dive bombs. Both love life and death 4. Both of them would use this really, really well. Both of them will also use speed defense range really, really well. But yeah, you go Sheeta over Cordy because she's dual effectiveness, armored and calves, and you go Cordy over Sheeta when you want to get guaranteed Gale Forces. So very good Sheeta. I need to merge mine up too and commit harder to her. Dude, I hope Grima is the first legendary to ever get a refine, because expiration is just out of date. And considering the fact that male Grima can get a refine, they probably share the same refine. So I hope that happens. She kind of needs it. Because Lightning Breath is...
4,721,406,977.
I don't know how much Hong Kong 50 is worth, but thank you so much. MC, thank you so much. I'll check it out in a bit. I appreciate it. Yeah, also red's my favorite color. 40 plus 10 plus 10. Anyways, Lightning Breath Plus is really, really good because you get to refine it for res, and because her attack is already so low, you might want to just make her more bulky, so I can understand that. But it does make Ether even harder to get, so this is just for scoring reasons then. Which is fine, because as a score bot, you can just bring in Earth Heroes for arena purposes. Earth Seasons, she would still score amazingly well. She doesn't get the BST boost, but she does get to enable the BST boosts from Earth Heroes. He killed a Naga as well, bruh. Bracing Stance 3, Mystic Boost, Attack Speed, Rain, and Out Shield. I find that slightly questionable, but Bracing Stance is technically better, but it does force you I don't know if that's worth it. It gives you guard, which is probably the most important thing. So here's the thing, guys. Defense res +6, special cooldown charge -1. That's guard. But Dragon Skin is defense res +4, and it is IO shield as well. So it's the guard perspective that you value the most. I would say I would pay attention to see how often your opponents would get a special on you. If you don't think it's enough times, I would much rather run Bracing Stance 2 here and then run Dragon Skin here. That way you don't have to use IO shield, and you technically get 2 more defense and 2 more res. But yeah, maybe guard is more worthwhile than 2 more defense and 2 more res. So it's up to you. I think it's fine either way. But with Bracing Stance, with attack speed rain, it's essentially 10 more defense, 10 more res, 46 defense, 45 res, with a gorgeous 48 speeds, which is quick enough to generally double back. You might have to speed refine. 48 is generally quick enough, but 51 would pretty much ensure it in most cases, or cause a draw at least. And then yeah, 50 attack is really, really slow, really lame, but that's fine. It's about $7 USD. Oh wow, thank you so much. That was more than necessary. I appreciate it. Anyways, it's a really good Grima. I just hope they refine Expiration so it works out even better for you. I would also consider going instead of res refine, speed refine, just to make sure you double back. But again, also would consider using Dragon Skin anyways. It feels bad not to use that because that's what set her apart for so long. But technically, for 2 defense, 2 res, you get guard, and that's probably more worthwhile. But that's up to you. If you have another hero that needs IO shield, maybe you do that trade-off. But yeah, overall, I wouldn't really change anything. Mystic Boost extends her defense and res even further. This is like a true tank Robin, which is really cool. Bracing Stance isn't a seal? It really isn't? I thought it was in the game. My bad then. Maybe I would, if I were you, maybe I would run Dragon Skin with Kestrel Stance. That way you get to 52 speed, right? And you can still keep the res refine in that scenario. I'm just worried about you doubling back, because if Robin doesn't double back, there's no chance she's killing. 50 attack at base is way too low. Even if she's targeting lower defense or res, it's not even close. If you get 2 attacks though, now we're talking. Lull speed defense 3, times pulse 3, and Swiss Barrel 2. The thing, even though we keep switching off of Ninja Masakari with Hana, Flashing Blade for Hana is so good, right? When she quads, which she likely is, because Swiss Sparrow and times pulse, lull speed defense gets her another 7, so 57 speed, basically guarantees the Flashing Blade. 45 attack, you guys might be like, that's doing no damage, but with lull speed defense and Swiss Sparrow, it hits 52, and then 5 true damage each shot. And because she's likely to quad you, that's 20 true damage. So she doesn't really have to do a lot of damage with her actual hits. They can hit just like 5 damage, and then Flashing Blade gets you another 5. That's 40 damage with everything. So yeah, it's really good. Times Pulse also gets the Gale Force down to 4 cooldown. So if you get 2 shots off, Gale Force is guaranteed trigger. This is a really fun build. Hana would just move around everywhere, get a bunch of kills, do tons of true damage. I do like this build. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do +10 plus speed Hana, because at the end of the day, if I could, I'd still be like, it wouldn't just be DC Spurn or something. I could run her in a Flashing Blade Gale Force combination and have a lot of fun with her. I feel like she's just a super fun character, super flexible, and this is totally demonstrating it. I got nothing to change. It's really good. Sed! I'm actually so glad someone actually made Sed. I think Sed is the most underrated Green Mage in the game. Now he's not absurdly good, okay? I still think Thracier and Celica are like the top Green Mages. Young Merrick's also amazing, of course. Right? He's not at that pantheon of power, but he's still amazing. 40 plus 10 plus 3, 42 HP, 64 attack, 54 speed, 18 defense, and 30 res. You are really doubling down. Winds of Solace is a relatively simple weapon. It's relatively simple, right? Because it's speed plus 3. If unit is not adjacent to an ally, grants attack speed plus 6 to unit during combat. Drawback Glimmer, life and death for Wind Sweep. Huh? Pulse Smoke and Swiss Barrow. Hold on, you can't double like this. What the? You have so much speed, but you're not going to use it. Is this good enough to one-shot? if you're trying to one-shot, this should be Death Blow then. He doesn't have null follow-up. It doesn't work. If you're trying to one-shot, Life and Death 4 is overkill because I just go Death Blow, right? Death Blow was 6 instead of 7, but you don't lose the defense and res, which would help him stay alive. I would just run double Death Blow. And of course, if you can, Death Blow 4, Death Blow 3. With Winds of Solace, you would have a total of 8, 6, 6. So that would be 20. 84 damage. That could one-shot your opponent. Yeah, that's the only thing I consider a bit weird. Wind Sweep. You could also try Fury Desperation. I know that's really boring, but he uses Desperation really well. Considering he goes really, really, really fast. Fury Desperation. I know it's boring, but it works. Yeah, you could also run triple solos since his weapon is a solo. So attack speed solo 3 or attack speed solo 4 would be nice. Attack defense solo with speed res solo could balance up his bulk if you want to keep him alive really well. But yeah, ultimately I don't really think he needs too much extra speed considering he goes so fast. Anyways, I'm just interested in seeing why you did this. Like okay. Null follow-up. Well, if I were running him in Ether Raid's defense, I would run triple solos essentially, right? Attack defense solo, speed res solo, and then of course attack speed solo here, and then I could just leave him by himself in a setup to bait my opponents, and then I would just give him null follow-up, which would help him really, really eradicate those stupid. I friggin' hate Hector. But null follow-up would really help him destroy Hector. So I can see him being an effective Hector counter. Though technically, Young Merrick is the best Hector counter in the game right now. Special Spiral is really good too, but it's more for general play. It's too much setup for actual play. Yeah, okay, you already have attack defense solo. Yeah, you could do attack defense solo with speed res solo for Seal, with attack speed solo in his weapon, and then run null follow-up with Pulse Smoke. That would be really annoying to deal with in an Ether Raid's defense team. Why are you not using him in Ether Raid's defense? This is actually such a true monster. Lifinia. Oh my god. You know, I'm a big Patrine fan myself, guys. You guys have seen my Patrine, but even then I would not commit this hard already. I'm at +7 myself. I could get her to +10, but I know she's gonna be reran in the future, possibly twice. God, she's her brand. I find Patrine so attractive, honestly. There's something about like stern women. Anyways, she's not crazy despite what her special art looks like. She's really into it because she has literally beast blood in her, right? Because she's not fully human. But with that said, 40 plus 10 plus 3, 48 HP, 64 attack, 53 speed, 29 defense, 23 res. Flame Lance, rally attack speed plus soul, life and death 4, ball speed res 3, pulse smoke 3, attack defense solo. I run speed res 3, law speed res 3, and attack defense solo 3. I run attack smoke because I can't afford pulse smoke. I run flame lance, of course. I run glimmer for the maximum damage output, but I use her in Ether Raid's defense. You're using her in Ether Raid's offense. Impressive, because I don't really know how she works there. She kind of struggles to use Gale Force, and then she would have to use Gale Force in my eyes to be really, really useful there. That said, Life and Death 4. Chat, which would you take? Life and Death 4, attack speed push 4, Swift Sparrow 4, or 3, sorry. Swift Sparrow 3, Fury 4, or attack speed solo 4. Because I think the answer is obvious. For those who don't know, Flame Lance only works if you're over 50% HP, which means using push and Fury is not ideal because you do too much chip damage to yourself. And her HP is not great. Once you take yourself out of Flame Lance, she's not very special anymore. With Flame Lance, she's one of the most dangerous heroes in the game because she hits so hard and she goes so fast. But without it, she's pretty lame. So Fury 4, attack speed push 4 are automatically not good. But then you might be like, okay, so you don't lose the HP with Life and Death 4, but you lose the defense and res. And that causes another issue, because if you take a counterattack, you still get knocked out of Flame Lance pretty easily. Swift Sparrow 3 is really, really good. It really is. It works on her perfectly, but it doesn't work defensively. I actually think because of everything, a solo works the best. I personally run attack defense solo 3 as my seal, but if I could, I would run attack speed solo. for her A slot. Or maybe not, because Flame Lance adds so much speed, it's probably not necessary. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, like, it's probably better to run solo on her, and just let her be a lone wolf and completely destroy things. Maybe double attack defense solo. You would lose 7 speed. It becomes 46, 51. Okay, that's probably overkill. Maybe if you do Flame Lance speed refine with double attack defense solo. Anyways, interesting combinations ahead. Max out her flowers, please. She's really good.